Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Diane and I hope you're all okay. So let's get to it. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Diane and this is Wendy Goven's studio and I hope you're all having a good day. Anyway, today I'm doing a make for BB Craft. They did send me the items. They do a YouTuber program where they'll send you, as long as you've got 100 subscribers, they will send you items for you to demonstrate on their channel. Everything will be linked in the description below for all the moulds that I've received recently and for their website and everything else about the program and everything. So today we're doing this. It came with a few other things. If you see my previous video for BB Craft, you'll see the unboxing and what came in this. But what I do like about this is it comes with this little box, or this little wooden frame, which just slots together nice and easily, which will go around the mould. Whoops, let's get my finger. I did that last time, got my glove stuck in there. Anyway, so it goes around the mould like so. If I can get it in the hole. There we go. Right, there we go. So it keeps the walls nice and flat, because if you see my last video where I made the rocking Tetris, the mould bowed on the bottom so it doesn't stand up straight. So this will keep the walls nice and straight. Also, we couldn't work out what this was for, but after a lot of looking at the pictures on the website of the finished product, I've worked it out. And as soon as you know what it is, it's like, it's just mind-blowing. It's like, that is so simple. Why didn't I realise that in the first place? But anyway, I won't tell you now, but I'll show you once we get to it. So, what we're doing with it is, I like making little miniature Lego things, and they always come with a lot of spare parts. And these are all my spare parts from, I think it was 7 little figure things that I made, little astronauts. So I thought we'll just stick some of these in, and with some clear resin, which is the Apex High Gloss Finish resin. Brilliant resin, love it. I only used it once before, but absolutely love it. It's going to be my new go-to once I've got rid of everything else as well, because I've got a lot of other resins to get through. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to put some of those in the sides and in the top. I've already mixed up 6 ounces of resin. I don't know if that's going to be enough. It's already starting to debubble by itself, but I wanted to add a bit of this rainbow alcohol ink by Marabou. Brain went again then. I was going to call it Marlborough. God. Anyway, let's give this a shake. I always take the lid off because I don't know what it is, whether it's just my pot or anybody else's does it, but it always leaks inside when I shake it, so I just do it this way. So we're just going to add a few drops of this, because who doesn't love a bit of this rainbow sparkle stuff? I say a few drops, let's just put loads. I don't know how many that was, probably way too many than we need, but it's sparkle. So let's give that a mix in. It might be enough, it might not even be enough. Oh, I love this stuff, look at it. It's so pretty. My resin is sitting on the heat mat on a low heat as well, because it's still winter in the UK and we're still cold. So my resin was a bit cold when I started, but it's starting to loosen up a bit now. But oh, can you see that sparkle in there? It's so pretty. Oh, and it looks even better from the side because you can see all the different colours. I can only see blue from myself from the top. But when I can't show you from the side because I can't get you off the mount at the moment. But anyway, I'm diversing and waffling. So let's just scrape that off there a minute. And what I did want to do first, before I start putting any Lego pieces in anywhere, is get a little silicone pot, pour a little bit of this in there, and then, oops, don't want drips. So let's put you over there just to warm up a little bit more. And I'm just going to throw a few of these in there, just so that we can try and get some of the bubbles out of the resin. Oh, my nose has started running again now. How ridiculous is that? I come to start working in here and it starts running. So we'll put those in there. Try and fill them up in all the little holes. If we get a few bubbles, I don't think it'll be the end of the world. It's always good if we can get rid of the bubbles, isn't it? I don't know how many I need or what shapes or anything I'm going to need, so I'm just going to chuck everything, bit of everything in, bit of all the colours and shapes and sizes. Whoop, that one tried to escape. It did escape. Come back. A little black bit there, a little red bit there, a little flower. These ones make flowers. Well, they did on the kit that I made anyway. Green one, little transparent black one there. Oh, there it is. Okay, so let's get these all mixed up like this. Probably actually creating more bubbles than fixing at the moment. So we'll just let them sit in there a minute. Right, okay. I think we're going to need a lot more than this. Shall I just chuck them all in? That might be a bit much, mightn't it? Let's chuck it in there and see how it looks. I don't know. Change of plan. I'm just going to chuck it all in. Okay, doesn't look as much once it's all in there, but let's add a bit more resin into there. Oops, come back. Come back, you silly bugger. Right, so the lid's going to be easy to do. Simply on the basis it's just a lid and we can just pour a bit in and then add some Lego to it and then it'll be fine. I'm only putting it in the circle bits. If we just move that all around inside there. Right, so now grab my tweezers. I might use the ones actually. Ones are a bit dirtier and got a bit of better grip. So all I'm going to do is place these. Oh, that one didn't even get any in it. Obviously that one's not going to work in there, but I'm just going to fast forward you while I do this. You don't need me to talk you through what I'm doing here, do you? Right, okay, I'm just going to do that for the lid for now. Bring the base forward. So what I want to try and do now, don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to try Daniel Smith's Elmer's glue trick and see if we can get it to thicken up so that it holds the Lego pieces up the sides better so they don't all sink, which would to the bottom of the mould, but which would be the top of the what's it called, the piece once it's finished. I'm not going to do, I know he only does a little touch of it, but I'm just doing one drop in there. Let's see how that works. That's mate, look, oh my gosh, look at that. Instantly goes really thick. Wow. And I've seen it several times, people doing it several times. I've seen Daniel Smith doing it. That's crazy. I can't believe how that works. That's mad. I love that. Let's hope it's strong enough to hold these Lego pieces. So now let's just put this, oops, gloopy. Put these back in here. How does Daniel come up with these crazy ideas, do you think? I say crazy ideas, but they're not crazy. They're genius. The man really is a genius. Okay, so far they seem to be holding nicely dispersed throughout there. So let's hope when I pour this in, it does the same. I've just put those in there, and I'm just going to end up pouring it straight down and not worrying about where the Lego lands and how it looks. It's just going in and it will be what it is. Obviously some aren't going down at the moment. I'll just have to persuade them to go down. Still have a few left in there as well as some resin. So let's see if we can get these things down here. Down you go. Sorry, let me just bring this towards me a little bit so I can see what I'm actually doing. I'm not sure if they're going to fit in. Will you go in? Of course you will. Yes, you will. A bit of persuasion. They will go in. There we go. I think what I'm going to do... Oh, crumbs, I forgot that had glue on it. I probably made that bit really thick there. So, first of all, what I'm going to do is actually take this mould out of here again, the frame, so that it bows out enough so I can get the Lego pieces to go down. I think that's what the problem is. It can't get past the lip. Oh, crumbs. Right, let's try. There we go. Aha, right, that's better. Now we can manoeuvre the Lego down the hole, down the edges. Some of them are going to be back to front, but I'm not bothered about that. You just need to make sure that they're the right way round and that they're not causing it to bow inwards rather than outwards as well. Gloopy gloop. So I'm going to put this back inside here now. I'm just going to push it off a bit. Oh, get in there. There we go. Right. So now we can do that and give them a bit more of a press down. Obviously I cannot see where they're going anymore. I'm just pushing them down, hoping that they're all nicely spread out and not looking too jumbled together. Okay, so I've not got this completely filled. I'm going to put these last few in this one. But the reason you don't completely fill this, now this is where the juniors part comes. These holes, this is a flat surface. Now, if you wanted to use this as just a standalone and not going to make another to stack them, then you just fill it up to the top and be fine. You'd end up with little bibbly bits inside, but that's not going to bother it. But if you want to be able to stack these on top of each other, this is where this magic piece comes. They're not all the way through the holes on these. Don't pop those through. I was very tempted to when I didn't know what they were. These holes will now sit on top of this, on top of the resin that's already in there. And then try and push any bubbles out if you can. Obviously I've got a few stuck there, so I'm just going to try working them out over to the edge. And this is what's going to give you the lip around the edge, so that once you've got this lid on top, when it's finished and you make another one, this base will sit on top of that and it will stay latched together. So you don't know how happy I was when I actually finally worked out what it was. So I was like a kid. But we got there in the end, and I normally can work these kind of things out eventually if I sit and think long enough. And thankfully my brain was having a nice day and thought, yes, I'll let you think what something will do for a change. So there we go. Like I say, we've got a couple of bubbles stuck under there, but I don't think it's going to make much difference. So all I need to do now is try and get a little bit more around that edge, I'm just going to be fun with this gloopy resin, but just to fill it up right to the top of the outer mould. It's not going to go to the top of this section, because this is actually slightly higher than the outside mould. Okay, so I think I'm happy with that. I'm just going to leave that sat there like so, and now I'm just going to pour the rest of this in here and work out where all the little bits of Lego are going to go. I might need a little bit more resin mixed up, but that's fine. Easily done, isn't it, guys? Always get more resin going. Okay, so it looks like I've got to mix a little bit more resin up. So I'm going to do that and I'll be back shortly. Right, just going to try popping a few bubbles before we put any more resin in. so easy to get to them on this one. But I just mixed up a little amount of resin. I'm just going to pour this over the top. I added a bit more of the sparkly stuff as well, so that we had enough. What I do quickly need to do is add this on top of this, so that we can make sure if we need to raise it up, we can raise it up while it's still sat on. As I was saying, I've just had to put that underneath so I can lift it up if it needs to be lifted, because like I've said before, my table's not level, even though it was level when I first put it in not long back. But there we go. Things like to move around, don't they? Okay, so it looks like we're starting to float all of a sudden. I'm thinking that might be due to the heat mat, so I'm going to turn that off now, because we don't want them floating, do we? Didn't think being plastic they'd float. Oh dear. Making them feel a little push down a bit. Hopefully they'll be okay. I'm just going to go around the edges. Try and get any bubbles, because there's bubbles in there I need to get out. I'm basically going to just sit and babysit this for a while now, just so that I can debubble, burst any bubbles when they pop up, and to make sure that the pieces stay down. So I shall be back for the demold, so I shall see you soon. Okay, so it's the following day. We did get one there that's lifted up and sticking out a tiny bit, but it's not going to bother it. I did have a quick sneaky peek inside, and although the bow walls haven't bowed outside, they have bowed inside, but I'm hoping that won't affect the frame. So let's get demolding and see how we got on. So first of all, let's try this out, this lid. It's going to need a little bit of a clean up around the edges, just because it's the normal little sharp cut edges to the resin. Oh, come off, you bugger. There we come. It just keeps sealing itself back in. There we go. Oh, that's really nice. I like how that's come out. The Lego has left. I'm assuming it's because where the heat mat was on, it's left little indentations in the lid and the circles. Not sure if you can see them, but hopefully that won't. It's probably going to show up on the next make, but hopefully it won't. If it does, it is what it is. So anyway, that's that one. So yeah, them have come out really cute. I like that. Like I say, just got to tidy up the edges a little bit just to take off the sharp edge. So that's that one. So now let's take this out of the frame. And like I say, I'll turn it over now so you can see it has bowed in slightly on some of the edges where they've clumped up, but it's fine. Let's see how it turned out anyway. Right, first things first, let's get this piece out. Well, that came out okay, easy enough. What's strange is it's left like a matte effect, which is really strange because, oh actually yes, it is kind of a matte effect on that as well. But anyway, like I say, it's fine. It's for the base anyway. a few bubbles which we could fill in. Here's the little bibbly bits that we get from making the what are they called, from this part, from it being inside here, and I'm guessing these will help it hold on to the lid like so. No. So I'm hoping those break off then. Okay, right, let's get to demolding this and let's see what we've done. Right, just roll it back nice and easy. Oh, I like a nice easy demold. And then pull that in there, squish it up together and yoink it out. There we go, excellent. Always turn your mould back inside the right way so that it doesn't deform. And that's come out really cute. I love that. I'm a bit baffled now about these. These are just like hollow little legs. I'm wondering, do we cut them off? I must have to cut. Oh yeah, they just break off anyway by the look of it. So yeah, that's okay. So let's get those snapped off. Right, so I'm just going to stick my finger over the top of it and just snip, because all it is a thin little bit of resin where it's popped up, and we'll just need to fill the hole, I'm guessing somehow. I'm not sure how yet, but I'm sure we'll work it out. But yeah, those are just in the way there. So get those out of the way. Okay. I'm a bit... A lot of bubbles couldn't escape. If we turn it over that way, you can see... Well, it's probably easier if I do it that way. You can see all the bubbles underneath, the really micro bubbles. If I put my hand like that, you can probably see them a little bit better on my skin. Which is really funny, because they look really funny. But I just don't know what to do about these holes now. Probably not a lot we can do. At the moment, I'm sure I'll work something out. But anyway, that's that. Let's see if the lid fits. Ooh, what? Having a bubble. What? It doesn't fit. No. Why? Well, that's really annoying. How does that not fit? If I put it that way a minute. And it's literally nothing to do with the bowed in pieces, it just doesn't fit. So I guess I'm just going to have to... Well, that's a little bit disappointing. It's just way off. Right, I'm going to try sanding down the edges a little bit. It might be because I've put this Lego in and it's deformed it a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly go off camera and sand down the edges on this mould a minute, because it does feel a little bit kind of bowed out that kind of way. But even though if you turn it over that way, it's still not fitting in. So I'm just going to try and sand off the edges and I'll be right back. Okay, so I spent about 5 minutes just sanding down the edges a little bit. As you can see, they've not even gone down completely all the way. They were just bowing out a little bit at the bottom, only a fraction, so they weren't that bad. So yeah, I'll just cover that up with a little bit of UV resin, paint it over a thin layer just to shine it up again. And I also went round the bottom. As you can see, there's some frosted area around the edges. I was just leveling that up a bit as well, because it was a little bit sharp where it sunk in and sticking over both sides. As for the holes, I'm going to leave them as they are for now, due to the fact I think they're probably there to help so the lid doesn't suction on. And as for the bubbles, I actually kind of like them. They kind of look, give it an extra bit of a look. I'm not sure if you can, let me see if I can get you but as you can see, the lid now fits on nice and snug all the way around. easy enough to take off. So if this was your first one that you made and you wanted to make another one to sit on top, let's pretend this is the top of another one. So you'd sit that there and then you'd sit that on top. And if I just lift that up, you'll see they sit together nicely and they will stack. So yeah, I'm happy with that. I hope you're happy with it. I will get some photos to show you what it looks like at different angles and whatnot. I'd just like to say a big massive thank you to all of my subscribers and my members. Over the Valentine collaboration with Claire's Crafty Corner, I reached my 1,000 subscribers, and I cannot thank you enough. I am so amazed that people want to watch me doing stuff that I just do to keep my brain ticking over. I am deeply touched and I can't thank you enough. So thank you again from the bottom of my heart, and I hope we can continue to enjoy working with resin together and making things together. And I'll start waffling now because I'll probably start crying. So thank you for stopping by. Thank you for coming back if you're a regular, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you will like my next video. It's going to be an interesting one if it works. So I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.